Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. It is not nearly as pretty a day today, cloudy and overcast and a little chilly. It actually went down to -2 yesterday, not in the weather forecast, so we're hoping we didn't lose any tomatoes. But we are going to go out and try and get all the tomatoes off the vine and get as much of the produce in, the zucchinis and the squash, as we can, because we're getting a little worried now. Now that we've got the tiny house closed in, we're going to put a rack in there and put them all on a rack for now, and a thermometer so we can keep an eye on the temperature. But we're going to get as much in as we can today. Before I go outside, I'd like to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying the videos so far. That noise out there, Chris has decided to very quickly put together another bank of 4 nesting boxes because he's finding that sometimes the hens, just a couple, but they're laying them on the floor in the coop, so obviously the lineup is getting too long. And of course the one broody hen, she's just sitting there all day long, so she's taking up that space. We are going to continue to take the eggs from her until spring and give her the golf balls to sit on, and sort of to keep that sort of instinct that she seems to have. So he's making up 4 more nesting boxes to try and alleviate the lineups, and hopefully that'll help. And so we're going to go outside now. I'll show you him getting those nesting boxes put in place. I think he's going to stack them on top of the other ones. Not my advice, but anyway, whatever. He's going to put them on top of the other ones, which I think is too high up, but that's where he's going to put them. So let's go out and see what he's up to, and we'll show you what the crop of tomatoes looks like so far. I'm going to try that thing with the banana on the tomatoes. I saw a post on Facebook on a group where they had 2 boxes of tomatoes. One was, they were all picked the same day, but one box had a banana laying on top and the other one didn't, and the ones with the banana laying on top all turned red, and the ones that didn't have a banana were all still green. Yeah, okay, it seems weird to me, but I gotta try it. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So let's go outside, see what we can get done today. So there's the very quickly thrown together, very expensive nesting boxes with this scrap plywood that was $60-some a sheet. She whiz. Anyway, this will work good. 4 more boxes for the girlies, and we'll see if that alleviates the lineups and giving birth on the poopy floor. Hens seem to like to go up on top, so Chris has put this lid on it. So this will go on top of the other nesting boxes, and then they'll still have room to sit up here if they want to. And it makes it a little more cozy. I think they seem to like that, feeling enclosed in there. In your harem, you're so pretty. You are just so pretty. Of course, they're all over here now because Chris is in the chicken coop, so they have to see what's going on. Look at how beautiful you are, Rusty. Oh my goodness. He's got one wing feather on the other side that's white on the tip. If anybody can tell me what that's all about. It's black on this side, or green, and it's white on the other side, the exact same spot. Again, I think that's so strange, but that's me. Doesn't take much to amuse me, or surprise me, or confuse me. Look at how his green feathers shine in the sun. I think they're so beautiful. Chris is in there working, and this one is not budging. This is the broody one. And this is what we got so far today. See, I'm on my tippy toes. So this is still a little one, it looks like. Oh no, it's pretty big. This one's gigantic. And little Miss Broody here, she's not budging even with Chris in there making a racket. So, plucking non-stop, doing her thing. And there's quite a few inside too in the one that he made out of a pot. So they're using both of these planter pots, tree pots that we turned into nesting boxes, and over here too, there's a big one, nothing in it today, and then they're using this small one. Now those 2 dirty eggs were on the floor, so there was 4 laid in there, 2 on the floor. So hopefully the new condo's going up there, and little Miss Broody's over in the corner there. And like most days, of course, building new nesting boxes was not on the agenda. But I think Chris is right to get this done. And we'll see how it goes once they're filled and the girls are using them. See if they like them, the height and everything else. I think they will. So the one that's in there is getting a little scared now. But anyway, once he gets those in place, I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. So that's the double-decker now. We'll see how this works. We're not in agreement on this, but I'm leaving the debates out of the video. That's best, I think. And there's little Miss Broody. She's tucked back in as far as she can. And I think that's the nice thing about the top being on here. Like I said, some can still go up the top there. We'll block these air vents in the winter again, and up there we had styrofoam up there over the winter because it does get a lot colder, and I think it might be too cold, especially if they go up there. So anyway, that's 8 boxes here, 2 down there, and then 2 behind me here. I think they should be arranged differently, but we'll just leave that for another day. This is little Miss Broody. We haven't figured out a name for her yet. Eh? We can't just call you Broody. Maybe Bernadette, or Birdie, or Betty. Hmm? What do you think? She was making a noise a minute ago. That's what I wanted to get. Yes. Such a good girl. Well, the tomatoes do look like they might have gotten a touch of frost, so, but hopefully the tomatoes are still okay. We'll get them today. I still don't understand these black tomatoes. I know that's not what was in the picture on the little tag that came with them. See, there's a bunch of little ones that have fallen off onto the ground, so they should still be good if we get them right now. Some beautiful looking beefsteak ones here that have started to turn red. Yep, I think we're getting them just in time. And I can see some more monster squash over there again. Once Chris is ready, I'll go over on the other side of the fence here. It's just such a long way to go, especially when I'm trying to carry the camera and everything. Chris is gonna fluffy bum. Chris is gonna try and take the eggs out from underneath her and put the golf balls in. You know, when there's that much kind of racket and everything going on in there and they don't move, boy oh boy. It's pretty funny to see her. Yeah, she gets 3 golf balls in exchange for the eggs. Get your bum in. Oh dear. So Chris has got them all filled up with straw now. Little Miss Broody's still in there on her golf balls. And we'll see what happens. 24 eggs so far today with these ones here. So I would imagine that's going to be all there is for today. Oh, I just came in to check out the greenhouse and I'm absolutely amazed at the temperature in here. It was 13 Celsius outside, so I'm going to leave one of these thermometers in here, and I'm going to put one in the tiny house too to keep an eye on the temperature with the vegetables in there. And then tomorrow when I open this up, I can check and see what the temperature is in here. If anybody can give me advice on basil, how to care for it, like am I supposed to cut these woody things off? I trimmed all these seeds, but it's all gone to seed again and it's so mangy looking, and oh, I love my basil, but this is ridiculous. Like I can't use this for anything. And it looks like this one actually got burnt from it being too hot in here. So that might be a good sign, but then look at the new little leaves on the top of here. Anybody can give me advice. I would sure appreciate it when it comes to the basil. And there's some new little leaves in there too. I don't know, should I cut away all this nasty woody stuff? And I don't know, I'm so frustrated. And new growth on here, new growth on the oregano. And these are all looking awesome, even though we obviously, everything else got touched by frost last night. So again, nick of time, we got these inside and that makes me so happy. I love cooking with fresh herbs. I'm gonna put that pepper plant that is already blossoming, if you can believe that. I'm gonna put it into this pot here. So it's got this to climb on. And that'll take care of that one. There's another little one in the back side there, but I'm going to try rearranging this once Chris gets that plastic done at the bottom. Like I said, I can't believe how hot it was in here, and that's with that not even being done yet. So I'm hoping this is going to turn out to be a really good idea and really successful, because I want to get one of the tomato plants. Now this must be dry because some of the leaves are falling off, so I better put a bucket of water in that right away. I keep a couple of buckets here, so I'm going to put a bucket of water in there and get those peppers watered, because there are a ton of peppers on here and I don't want to lose those, that's for sure. That back one has a ton of them. Those ones are huge. And again, I thought I planted bell peppers, but I don't know what I'm getting. Anyway, the herbs look awesome and I'm so happy. Who can live without fresh rosemary? Not me. Chris is going to cut that piece of styrofoam. We already had it. And he's going to put it in the cutaway there, the cutout, and then put 6mm poly over it to keep it warm in here for the winter while we're working. Chicken in here checking things out. They like to peck at the styrofoam for some reason. Weirdo chickens. Look at her. You'd think she was a building inspector looking at every stud, every cavity. Wonder if we passed inspection. What do you think, chicken? Did we pass inspection? What do you think? Are you going back out? Am I in your way? There you go. Hear Rusty calling his girls. Bunch of them in the potato patch. They better not be eating my potatoes. Break it or I'll take it out of your pay. Do you want me to hold this side? Oh, it's like it's crooked or something, like the framer doesn't have the stud straight or something. Yeah, that's good. Well, what if we put plastic on it and stapled it with the tacker? That's gonna be a lot better keeping it warm in here. It was pretty cold this morning. So having this sealed up and then putting the vegetables in here will be a lot better. You can see where Chris has put the spray foam around this little window and then cut it nice and flat. And then the trim can go on there. So that looks really neat and tidy. It's the setting blocks. Level it up. Keep some space underneath. Good old tuck tape. Do you want me to hold that? Our temporary foreign workers are here again today. One is clutching a zucchini and a squash.
Okay, sure.
We are going to take that chrome cart there and put it in the tiny house and look at the squash so far. This is the squash and zucchini that's been picked. There's still a whole bunch more zucchini there. So we've got to get the cart in there and then put this back on it. And there's still a whole ton in the garden that needs to be picked. And then there's another chrome cart like this in my other sea can that we're going to take apart and put in here as well to put stuff on, because we're going to have to do the potatoes pretty quick as well. Look at that. Oh, we're gonna have to weigh that one too. My biggest one was 5 pounds 4 ounces, I think, and Kurt's wife Sheila had a 5 pounder too. Oh, and then there's these pickles. I gotta do something with them. Oh boy. Almost got that emptied, and then we can those potatoes they should be ready to use now. They've been sitting for a week or so. Wow, that's the Roma tomatoes. That box is about, I don't know, 6 inches deep. This is the cherry ones and the beefsteak. So you know what this means, people. I think I'm going to use these ones to make salsa. Those, I don't know, I just don't know. Oh my goodness, so much more work for me now. And I gotta separate these out, like I said, and do that experiment with the banana. See if that makes them ripen and all turn red. So we got this cart in here. That one needs new wheels put on it, so we're gonna steal them from another cart. We've used these things over and over again, and we just got this one dismantled in my seed can, put back together in here. And we're gonna put the squash from the garden cart on here, and then try and get some more squash out of the garden. Rusty's keeping an eye on everything, so I think we're gonna put the squash and the zucchini down low on these 2 shelves, and then we're gonna put the tomatoes on the higher shelves, and then just wheel the cart over to the window so the tomatoes can ripen in the sun. Aren't I a clever girl? Chris is making a face as usual. It's cloudy, but such a beautiful day. Look at Chris. Chris, they're pecking that one that you rolled over there. They're gonna wreck it. He cut them and rolled them out there, and one went over to the fence line and they're eating it. Devils. It's such a beautiful day. No reds here though. I miss the reds from Ontario in the fall. So much prettier there. Just a red barn and a red truck and a red tractor. What do you think? Oh, and a red rooster too. Yes, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yeah, you can't get in there, can you? You can't get in there. Look at your harem following you around. Look at them following you. He's just going to hand me the squash and I'm going to put him in the garden cart here. Yeah. We're going to get whatever we can today. The tomatoes, Bob and Rita help pick them all. And then it'll just be a matter, I'll pull the rest of those leeks. And then basically everything can be cut down, thrown in the compost. And this fabric can be rolled up. Still not too sure about what to do with the carrot. Those ones are just a nice size instead of being gigantic.
Normal size.
Yeah. Well, they're still huge compared to the grocery store, but... Oops. That's a lot of material to go in the compost, that's for sure. Don't know if that tomato plant's salvageable now. They got a lot more frost than I thought they did. I would like the butternut squash to have gotten riper, but too late, and it's got to be done. So, and then there's the few cucumbers left. They're pretty mangy, so I'm just going to use those for seeds. Look at that giant thing. Good heavens. So we just came in here to give some squash to little Miss Broody, and she's moved over to number 3. So instead of sitting on the eggs, she has moved over to where there are real eggs. So she's not a dumb chicken, are ya? Are ya, Miss Fluffy? Oh no, you're so soft. She's got herself all fluffed up. Yes. What a good girl. Did you get some squash? So we were worried that she's not eating, but she must have, either she just went from there over to this one, or she did go eat, hopefully. I don't know. Don't know how this works. So we've got the rest of the squash and zucchini to add to this. The tomatoes are all in the boxes, so I think tomorrow will be potato day. Now, of course, I'm realizing that my tiny house is quickly being turned into food storage, cold storage right away here. Not too happy about that. Which means, well, he can get this little partition walls done still very easily, and that's the nice thing about these carts is that they roll around. So they can be rolled out of the way even to do the tongue and groove. But gonna have to get busy processing all these tomatoes and everything now. I think I'm gonna can the tomatoes because I've never done that before. And just tasting the tomatoes, like the cherry tomatoes and everything, it's just, we had a tomato last night on our tacos, and the taste is just, I mean, there's no comparison. So I'm gonna try making canned tomatoes for the first time in my life, and I'm sure they're gonna taste an awful lot better. So, and then I've got to figure out what I'm gonna do with the zucchini. Is I'm going to spiralize them into bags of 8 pounds, so I can have them ready to do batches of the relish, more relish, and I'm gonna also grate them into small freezer bags of 3 cups, so they're ready to do cakes. And then it just makes baking so much easier. Well guys, again, not a terribly exciting day, but a big relief. Got the tomatoes and the rest of the squash and zucchini in. Tomorrow I think we'll do potatoes. I don't want to take any chances on losing them because I think we're going to get a really good crop. Chris found one measly apple out back, and I was surprised at how red it is. So I am also going to see what I can do about figuring out how to save apple seeds. I don't even know if that's possible. I think I've read where it's different with apples, so don't know. Guess it's going to be something else I'll have to learn. But that was there was one on the ground, but out of the 10 or 11 apples on that one tree, that's all we got. So other than seeds, it's really not good for much. So that's it for today, and hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to help, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.